Hello, Liz here from Skills for Parents, enabling and empowering you to take a proactive interest in your child's education. Today, we are going to look at how to set your calculator into the right mode at GCSE. Here's my scientific calculator, and you can check the mode by just looking at the top of the screen. This math, D, various other words there that all just show what modes you've got it in. So what we need to look at first is the shift or second function key. If you look at the top here, you'll see this shift key, and that shift key enables you to be able to put in any of the things that are in yellow above. Some calculators call it the second function key. This one says shift, but that is what gives you any of the things that are written in yellow above. If you have a calculator which uses natural display, you can turn this on and off by pressing Shift and then that button there. MTHIO means that it's going to be in natural display. The line means that it's going to be just as a normal display. So let's go to natural display, and it asks you then which result would you like to appear first when you put a calculation in. So either as a fraction or square root, that's what's called natural display, or as a decimal, we'll give it to you that way. So you'll see the difference. If I press 1 and we type in the square root of 2, it will give it to me as a third, square root of 2. Or if I put in 1/3, it will give it to me as a fraction. I can change it by pressing the SD button here, and you can see that I can then scroll through different ones. This time we put the format as line. Then what we get, if we put in the square root of 2 again, what we've got is we've got it as a decimal, and if I press the SD button, it doesn't give it to me at all in natural display. So it is better in some respects to have it in natural display if you want to, but you don't have to. And it's a personal choice. So you can decide which of these things you're going to use. Put it into line mode. I can do 1/3, and that's a third. And it's given to me like that, and then it will give it to me as a fraction. So it's giving it to me in that format instead. What if your calculator's doing something weird? As you can see, calculators have got many different modes that you might not use. If your calculator's showing something like this, or it might be a table or true and false, something that means it's not letting you do a normal calculation, you need to put it back into the correct mode. And you do that by pressing the mode button here. And the main mode that we use for calculations is comp, so just press the number 1 and it goes back into the normal mode. If it's truncating an answer or giving you lots of extra digits, then it might be in fix or psi mode, and you want it in norm. Psi will give answers in standard form. So if you go to Shift and press the mode button, which gives you setup because we've used the Shift button, then what you've got is you've got fix, psi and norm. So we want norm, so we want 8. And then we get norm 1 and 2. So let's put it in norm 1 and let's look at the difference. So norm 1 goes between standard form and a fraction. So let's do 0.0005, and it will give me the answer in standard form and then go to a fraction like that if I use the SD button, because the SD button goes between your different results. So that's like standard form and fraction there. If we put it in norm 2, it's given it to us as a decimal. And then if I use the SD button, it will take it to a fraction. It's just not standard form. It will only use standard form when you've got a very large number or a very small number that won't fit on the display, and therefore it needs to use it. Finally, what about trigonometry? At GCSE, you need your calculator in degrees mode. You'll see there's a little degree because that's the units we use for any angles. Yes, there are actually others, or you might not realise that, but there are. So if I go Shift and to setup again, you'll see deg, rad, gra. Those are all shortened versions of the different possible units that you could get. So we want degrees, and we press 3, and then you'll see there's a little D at the top, and that D tells us that it's in degrees mode. And that's it. Make sure you know your way around your calculator. It's such an important tool, and you can so easily have it give you the wrong answer. Do like this video if you found it useful. If you're a parent, you can get more help in my Facebook group, and reach out if you've got any questions.